Good evening, everybody. Andy Griffin and not Justin, Rustin Burnside
there
live
it is.
from Snow Canyon High School. We're back in the jungle. It's been a while. A couple of weeks, I guess, since we were here.
Pineview.
And something surprised me along the way. The Warriors, who have been unbeatable, they actually lost a game. And they lost a game to a team that hadn't won any region games along the way. So Snow Canyon has righted the ship. They won on Wednesday night, but and a big win against Crimson. But I'm still a little bit stunned they even lost that game to Desert Hills.
No, I am too. And that game, Snow Canyon's loss, came against Cedar on the road. And what was crazy about that, AG, is we were all circling that matchup that we saw Wednesday, right? Snow Canyon, Crimson. We're like, if Snow Canyon's going to go down, it's going to be this game. And looks like they were looking ahead to that one too. Sometimes that happens to the best of us. You're undefeated. Your next big test is maybe a couple games down the road. You get focused on them, and the Reds caught them off guard. And Cedar, a team that has guys like Zab Santana who can heat up in a heartbeat. The definition of what you would call a microwave scorer, right? Can just get buckets in a hurry. He gave them the work and sent Snow Canyon packing with their first loss. Reality of the situation is, though, you mentioned it. Snow Canyon's rebounded. They took care of business the other night against Crimson, and what I felt was pretty dominating fashion. A 10-point win is what it was. But outside of the first quarter, it never really felt like Crimson was going to get back in that and win that game. Snow Canyon kind of kept them off to the side. So an impressive region win nonetheless. They're going to try to finish the year with only one loss, and it starts again tonight on their home floor against Hurricane for a new winning streak.
Yeah, I had mixed up my Desert Hills beating Dixie.
Yes.
And surprised them. But, so big win for Snow Canyon as they were able to defeat Crimson Cliffs on Wednesday night. I think you're right. I think Cedar was a little bit of a trap game, maybe overlooking them a little bit, looking ahead to that Crimson matchup, and maybe Snow Canyon went, we got Cedar, don't worry about it. But I'll tell you what, you mentioned Zab Santana. Great story about him, by the way, online. Kid that came from Puerto Rico and, struggled with language, struggled with all kinds of things, but basketball was a universal language for him. And right now he leads 4A in scoring at nearly 20 points a game. So good on him. And Cedar's going to make some noise, I think, the rest of the way here.
They will, and I think ultimately it comes down to, you mentioned it was kind of a weird night for ball. Snow Canyon dropped to Cedar, and then that same night Crimson Cliffs dropped to Desert Hills, which was really, really odd also. So it's just this perfect mix, right? And since then, these teams have had one game to get back on track. Snow Canyon is still atop the region standings, 17-1, 6-1. Crimson behind them at 5-2 in region. Dixie at 4-2 tonight. And the other games going on with that, Desert Hills and Dixie, they're playing. Cedar and Pineview, they're playing. And I think that kind of touches on what you spoke. Teams like Cedar and Zab Santana shows you how deep Region 10 is. When you look at the RPI, Snow Canyon's 1, Dixie 2, then it's Ridgeline, Skyview, Crimson Cliffs is your top 5, and then Cedar all the way down in 8. Cedar beat Snow Canyon at number 1, so it shows you that once the playoffs come, all these teams are going to have to be in high alert.
I had a good chat with Andy Thompson this afternoon. He's like, you think Region's down a little bit this year? And I said, no, I think what it is, I feel like, and this is just me, but I feel like the guard play maybe isn't as good this year, but we have a lot of really good big men in Region 9. A couple of them going at it today here at Snow Canyon High School. Cruz Gardner for the Hurricane Tigers, and of course, the inimitable Lyman Simmons for the Snow Canyon Warriors. This is the Ideal Home and Paint game of the week here on KDXU. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout, continue with our pregame brought to you by Interior Design Center. Back in 60 seconds. Welcome back, Andy and Rustin, live at Snow Canyon High School. Warriors getting ready to take on the Hurricane Tigers. This is our Ideal Home and Paint game of the week. You know, Ideal Home and Paint, since 1975, has been taking care of you, owned by Ray Odette. With 2 locations, you got Ideal distributed for all your automotive paint on Tabernacle, and Ideal Home and Paint at 4096 South River Road. Hey, Ideal has that. And of course, pregame brought to you by Interior Design Center, making your home more of a home. See some of the stylish looks on Instagram or visit interior-designcenter.com. Tigers got blown out Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I think a 35-point loss or something like that on the road at Cedar. Of course, Snow Canyon brought their A game, was able to defeat Crimson Cliffs. What bearing do those 2 results have on what we're going to see right here, Rustin?
I think there's a couple things that you can take away on those games, AG. Starting with the Warriors, they had to rebound from that first loss, right? They had Lyman Simmons 16 points, Owen Mackey 16 points. There's something right there that I want to focus on. Those 2 guys sharing the load, combining for 32. That was big. Last time these guys played Hurricane, Bowen Hammer had a 17-point first half in that 80-51 victory over the Tigers. Second half, he didn't score once. Why? Did he fall off? No, they didn't need him to, because Owen Mackey stepped up, ended up having a game high that game. Out of all scores, Lyman Simmons got his typical points that game. It shows you the depth and the reliability they have on other guys. Anderson Foreman's came into his own. So that game against Crimson, where it showed they have balance, they did that the last time they played Hurricane. We should see that again tonight. On the flip side, the Tigers, they only scored more than 15 points in 1 quarter in that loss to Cedar, a 79-44 drubbing. One time were they above 15 points, while Cedar in the second half outscored them 50-21. They only have 1 3-pointer go down, AG. Tonight, I think we have to see a complete opposite result. That offense struggled in a big way. Last time they played at Snow Canyon, they only put up 51. But we know that they have weapons. Guys out there like Gardner, Weston Larson, who can really stroke the 3-ball, Carter Slack, and who's good at that mid-range jumper, and Colton Litchfield, who's good at getting to the rim. They have to find new ways to open up that offense, which they were unable to do against the Reds.
Do you think if this turns into a game that gets up to the 60s or its 70s or even 80, that Hurricane has any chance?
Well, the Warriors average about 60 a game. Hurricane puts up about 51, so a 9-point differential or around that area. Yeah. If we just were to round. But I think any high-scoring game favors Snow Canyon. You have to get the Warriors in a slugfest. And it's not like it's impossible to do. Snow Canyon's been in some games that have been kind of a drag-it-out situation. It happened with Crimson Cliffs, a game in which Snow Canyon won by 10. That Pineview game that we called here at the Jungle not too long ago, that wasn't a high-scoring bonanza, right? So Pineview ended up losing that by about double digits, but it was a pretty close game throughout. So it's not like Snow Canyon's offense is superhuman and they're guaranteed to put up 80. It's doable, but Hurricane's defense is going to have to be on their A game to make this more in their favor.
Well, you look up the matchups tonight. You say D Hills at Dixie. Oh, that's easy for Dixie. Hurricane at Snow Canyon, easy for Snow Canyon. Cedar at Pineview, probably Cedar the way they've been playing. And then you look at what happened a week ago tonight, and you go, maybe none of those games are going to go as we thought they were going to go. So we'll wait and see. It's going to be fun to watch Region 10 tonight. We're running out of time. We need to get to our Camping World. Keys to the game. Camping World located at 1500 South Auto Mall Drive in St. George. First of all, key for the visitors from Hurricane High School.
Yeah, let's talk about the Tigers. In that drubbing at Cedar, I said it, I'm going to say it again. Only 1 3 went down, and it wasn't even off the hands of Larson, who you would assume it would come off.
Yeah, he's got, 40-something this year?
Yeah, 41. He's a 33% three-point shooter, which is one of the team's highest percentage. Hurricane's not a team great at the 3-ball, but they need to look for extra looks with Larson. I'm not in favor of every team going pro 3-pointer, making your offense all about 3-pointer. I don't want to be that guy, but there's no denying that the 3-ball has a place in today's game, and it's a very, very big place.
So you're not a Steph Curry kind of guy, is what you're saying?
I love Thompson. Steph, but Steph's also great because he gets inside, right? Yeah. But you need the 3-ball to be a part of your game, and for Hurricane, 1 3 won't cut it tonight against Snow Canyon. They need to find ways to get Larson looks, and when Larson's not shooting from beyond the arc, you need Litchfield and Slack, 2 of your bigger body bodied guards to get in, drive, and either find themselves on that baseline jumper or get to the rim. Litchfield, one of the best in the region at actually putting his head down, getting to the rack. They need that tonight when the threes aren't falling from Larson. Lastly, they can't settle. The first matchup saw Hurricane stray further and further away from the paint due to Snow Canyon's length. We noticed that in that 80-51 loss. They got a little timid when it came to getting to the rim. They can't afford that tonight. I don't care if shots aren't falling. You can't make your offense so one-dimensional that you have players afraid to get inside the paint. You got to give it a go regardless of the outcome.
All right, we're talking about Camping World keys to the game for the Snow Canyon Warriors here at home. They just got things turned around after their first loss.
And this isn't a key, so to speak, but I feel like this needs a shout-out here in our Camping World keys to the game. Snow Canyon's quietly put together, AG. Get a load of this, the best defense in Utah 4A. We haven't talked about it enough because basketball's become such an offensive game, but Snow Canyon is giving up only 47.8 points a game while putting up about 59 themselves, and they've done so against some elite talent. Think of that game against Crimson Cliffs 2 nights ago. The Mustangs have plenty of weapons.
Gave up 45.
Yeah, they put up 45. So Snow Canyon's done that to multiple squads. They held Dixie to 40 in a 45-40 win. So look at that defense. They need that again to be big on the inside, bother Hurricane with their length, with their tenacity. Will Warner leads this team in steals. He's always great. You have athletic guys on the perimeter who can make chaos there. I love that. Rely on your defense like you've done all year. We haven't talked about it enough, but Snow Canyon's defense is championship level. Lastly, share the wealth. Last game, Bowen Hammer jumped out at a 17-point lead. Owen Mackey finished that game as the leading scorer on the night with 22 points on 4 threes. Lyman Simmons chipped in 19. Make your big three work again for you. Don't make any one player do it all. Share it around, spread it around. If Simmons has the first quarter, Hammer has the second, and Mackey has the third, that sounds like a win in my book.
All right, let's go to our Star Watch now, brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine and Performance. Improved speed, power, agility, and overall performance at Intermountain Sports Performance with certified trainers. They've helped athletes for more than 20 years. Call 251-2299 for Intermountain Sports Medicine and Performance. Our Star Watch tonight. I want to lean toward the big guys, but maybe you can overrule me. I'm thinking the Simmons versus Gardner matchup is going to be a good one.
It's going to be a great one, and for Cruz Gardner, he's somebody who he has a lot of experience here, and he brings so much to this team. He can space the floor a little bit. He's good inside, a good rebounder. Tonight, he needs to be tenacious in a big way. Last time these guys played, he finished with 7 points, was in a little bit of foul trouble, missed most of the third quarter, if I remember correctly. He's got to stay on the floor. They need him. If not him, Nephi Aloha and Owen Aloha, 2 guys who bring energy on that big man spot if Gardner struggles to get started. And yeah, Simmons is hard to go against, especially in a matchup. Not many teams have a big they can put up against Snow Canyon. Hurricane does in the case of Cruz Gardner. So I think it's fair to focus on Lyman Simmons, who was coming off a 19-point performance last time they played and have led all scorers when they beat Crimson Cliffs 2 nights ago.
By the way, I just realized this when I was filling out my roster. I knew before but didn't think about it. Nephi is actually a junior, and Owen is only a sophomore on this Hurricane team. Owen is a younger. He actually starts and scores a little bit more than his older brother. I'm sure they talk about that over the dinner table, right?
Oh, they have to. And you also love that because it brings a new level of competitiveness on the floor. You're not only going against the other team, you also want to be the one who Dad says, hey, that was a good job tonight in the car.
Our game, again, brought to you pregame by Interior Design Center. Make your house more of a home. See some of the stylish looks on Instagram or go to interior-designcenter.com. We've got our national anthem coming up here in just a second, followed by our Sky Mountain Golf Course starting lineup. And I'm kind of, everybody's like standing around looking at each other like, are we going to do the national anthem? Maybe the singer hasn't shown up. Or,
you know, when I was calling preseason games, well, that's when I was calling preseason games earlier this year at Pineview. Whoever the voice of the Panthers is.
That was Kelly Campbell singing, right?
Kelly Campbell. Yeah. Both times he called for the ROTC. No one showed up. No one was there at the Coach Watt Classic. Both times he sung the anthem in back-to-back games. Did a phenomenal job.
He's a good singer. Yeah,
phenomenal. So basically what I'm saying is get ready, AG. You're up.
You know, it's funny, and the flag has come down now. They have the big flag in the center console here. For years, I was telling Mike McGarry during our 25 years together, or I guess 17 technically together, but that someday I was going to sing the national anthem at a game. And I couldn't muster the guts to do it. He said, if you ever do, I'm going to leave the microphones on and you can hear, people hear it over the radio too. And that actually scared me more. So anyway, we are ready for, I believe, our national anthem. Yeah, he's got the camera, or got the microphone. We'll take a 2-minute timeout.
Clouds in the sky seem less noticeable than the cloud connected to your phone. Data is quickly becoming the new currency in our society, and all the information you or your business can hold is priceless. So why not store it, secure it, and protect it? That's where we come in. Our job is to assist you in ways that help you to facilitate your business. Tonnequin Data Center redefines the meaning of data protection. Located in the disaster-safe zone of St. George, Utah, we have created a faster, friendlier, and more secure way to connect to you.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
The clouds in the sky seem less noticeable.
Welcome back, Andy and Resson. We are courtside here at Snow Canyon High School. Well, we're like 8-10 rows up, but we're here on the track.
It counts.
At the Jungle. Thanks for joining in. We're ready for the broadcast today. We'll start with our starting lineups now. Starting lineups brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. Hit it to the sky at the beautiful Sky Mountain Golf Course in Hurricane. Call tomorrow. Don't call tonight. Call tomorrow for a tee time at 635-7888. Let's talk starters now for the Hurricane Tigers. They start number 2, Weston Larson, very good three-point shooter. 41 of those bad boys this year. He wears number 2. Weston is a senior. Also a senior, Colton Litchfield. Litchfield averaging about 5 points a game. Number 10 is Carter Slack at 7 points a game. The big guy in the middle is number 11, Cruz Gardner. He's a leading scorer on the team, averages about 12 points a game. Well, he's right up there with Larson. And then finally number 32, Owen Aloha, the sophomore, at 5 points a game. Aloha and Gardner will have their hands full with the big junior Lyman Simmons of Snow Canyon High School. Anybody of that lineup, and we'll get to Snow Canyon in just a second, anybody out of that lineup that kind of jumps out at you, Rustin?
Well, when it comes to the Tigers, you talked about Larson and his three-point ability, but somebody that I really have my eye on tonight is Colton Litchfield. You talked about his scoring averages on the year, only about 5.4 a game, and he's only attempted 5 3-pointers, but his baseline jumper game is top-notch, his and Carter Slack's both. And really, he has the best ability on all this Hurricane team to get to the rim. They're going to need him to be extra aggressive tonight.
Just kind of looking down for the 5th starter. I got 4 of the 5 for Snow Canyon.
Yeah.
Big guy in the middle is Lyman Simmons, number 32. He is a junior, averaging 16.7 points per game. Number 24 is Owen Mackey at 13 a game. Owen is just a sophomore. And then you go with, Caleb Anderson Foreman at 4 points a game. He almost always wins our All Hustle Award in each and every game. Number 5 is Bowen Hammer. Hammer is 16 a game. Never even heard of the kid until this year. Boy, he has come out of nowhere, and he is a key component on this basketball team. And number 14 is Will Warner. That's the 5th starter. Will averages about 5 points a game. He is just a junior, and we are ready to go. Let's play some basketball, huh?
Yeah, Warner leading in steals and assists as well for these Warriors team.
Gardner wins the tip over Hammer, and Hurricane will have the ball first as we get things underway. They go to Cruz Gardner in the post. He did not even look down low as he's being guarded on a switch right now by Caleb Anderson Foreman. Gardner out in three-point territory, nearly threw it away, and he did throw it away. Ball picked off by Hammer. Maybe traveled, got away with it. Now to Hammer on the right wing. Better play his three-point shot because he will hit one. In they go to Lyman Simmons. Simmons turn around in the lane. Little jump hook, no good. Ball tipped, and Foreman had it. Anderson Foreman had it, couldn't hold it. Here come the Tigers.
That was a good job by Aloha, not fouling, just going straight up.
Larson tries a three right off the bat, and it's a brick, not even close. Wide left, almost like a missed field goal. Now Hammer steps back. He'll shoot a three. That's no good. Good rebound by Aloha. And here come the Tigers. Still no score, 1 minute in.
Aloha's going to have to be big this game. He's the one currently tasked with guarding Lyman Simmons.
Yeah, they actually. Oh, there's a three at the other end, and that was Aloha that hit the three, wasn't it?
It was. Owen Aloha knocking down what is his third triple of the year, now 3 of 9 on the season. Doesn't take a lot of those, which is a big hit for him, expanding his range.
Let's repeat that. That's his third three all year, and it comes in their 18th game. 3-0 Tigers. Ball goes out high to Anderson Foreman. He can't get a shot away. Goes back out to Warner. Steps back. Now to Simmons. He'll try a three, and that is a matcher as he buries it. Team Diotto three.
Dueling big guys. Aloha hits a three. Simmons says, I can do the same thing with his range. And for Lyman Simmons, that is going to be his 15th made three of the year, now 15 of 38.
Both guys that have hit threes in this game go like, 6'8" and 6'11" or something like that?
Both big boys.
Ball tipped but saved by the Tigers.
That was a good look from Aloha. He had a cutting Carter Slack open. Ball was just tipped. Right idea for the Tigers. Off-ball movement's going to be big tonight.
And immediately Coach Langston does not like what he's seeing down on the court, and he takes a timeout. It is we'll wait and see. It is a 30-second timeout. That'll give us a chance. We'll stay right here and talk about some of our great sponsors. Play-by-play tonight, brought to you in part by Sports Clips. Hey, it's good to be a guy. Walk-ins are always welcome. Ask for the MVP treatment at Sports Clips. There are 2 Southern Utah locations. Rustin, it's good to be a guy. Also, timeouts brought to you by the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. They don't match their rates or fees. See how much the Scott Gibson team can save you today. Call or text 435-619-8080, 619-8080 for the Scott Gibson team at Intercap Lending. What did we learn from 2 minutes of basketball so far, Rustin?
Well, right now, I think the Tigers have the right idea. Off-ball movement's going to be big. Owen Aloha being aggressive, pulling up for three. And for Snow Canyon, of course, the offense starts with Lyman Simmons. Had a look inside in the post, hit a three, and I think we're going to see a lot more touches for number 32 tonight.
Another good look on the cutter, but behind his man, Aloha, and Larson has to go down on the floor. He's tied up, a jump ball, Snow Canyon ball.
Jump balls this year brought to you by Simply Wisdom Teeth. That's all they do, AG, is wisdom teeth. And I'll tell you what, if you do one thing, that's what they call a specialist.
Yeah,
right?
And they're good at it, and great deals. I've had both of my daughters over there getting their wisdom teeth out. SimplyWisdomTeeth.com. They have a whole bunch of 5-star reviews, like thousands. Little jump stop Hammer in the lane, up and in. A little Euro step. Maybe he traveled, maybe he didn't. They didn't call it, so it's 5-3.
Which I think is fair. There was also a bump in the lane, too, they didn't call. So give a little, take a little there. Nice finish by Bowen Hammer.
Three out of the corner, Larson, that's too hard. Hammer on the rebound. Now he goes in the forecourt, lost it, got it back, and picked it up and traveled. Yep.
When he collected himself there, that right foot drug just a smidge. Some officials might let that slide. Not here tonight. And for Hammer, his size, you're like, oh man, that guy's gonna be down banging in the post, which he can do. But the way he strokes the basketball, there's no reason to not have him on the perimeter. A near 50% three-point shooter this year on a high amount of attempts. He's attempted 100 threes, and he's right near 50.
Man-to-man right now for Snow Canyon. I'm a little surprised Hurricane hasn't exploited the Gardner with Anderson Foreman matchup. I'd put Gardner in the post because he's about a foot taller than Anderson Foreman. We got a foul, by the way.
Yeah, it was
away
Mackey.
From the ball.
Mackey ended up on the court, and he's going to be whistled for the foul. A little bump right there out front.
First foul of the game for either team.
And here you go. On the inbound, they thought about Gardner, like you mentioned, and he won't get it. We'll see how much they try to keep him in the post.
Why is he's not even posting up. He's walking around the perimeter. I would post up Gardner right now against Anderson Foreman. He's a foot taller. They haven't even thought about it so far.
Yeah, Simmons on Aloha is going to leave a little bit of opening for Gardner.
Litchfield lowers his shoulder, drives all the way in, and cannot get the ball to go. Mackey on the rebound. Here come the Warriors. They want to run. Mackey coast to coast, lays it up and in, and one. Chance for a three-point play for Owen Mackey.
Finishes like that come easy to a guy like Owen Mackey because of his leaping ability. First of all, he has to worry about getting in the air. Once he does that, he's above the rim that any type of finger roll is probably going to be good enough, even with the contact.
Mackey is a sophomore, folks. He barely has his driver's license, and he's out there leading this team. That's a three-point play as he hits the free throw, and it's 8-3 right now. Snow Canyon on top as they come with full court pressure.
Tigers right now, they need something here. It's 8-3 only early on, 5-point game, but who?
And Aloha throws it away, front court, slam dunk! Bowen Hammer throws it down with one hand, tomahawk style, and it's 10-3.
Hammer's good for about at least one slam a game. That's not an official statistic, but it doesn't matter. It gets the crowd on their feet, and ever since Hurricane started 3-0, it's a 10-0 run in favor of the Warriors.
30-second or full timeout. It is a 30 timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back with more. It's all Snow Canyon so far. My way home. All right, we're on, folks. About halfway through the first quarter, the Warriors want to get out and run. They want to get up to their 60-point-a-game average, and so far, so good. They have 10 points in 4 minutes.
Here's your first Hurst Ace Hardware Region 10 update of the night. Into the first quarter, the Thunder of Desert Hills on the road, up 16-6 over the Flyers.
You must be mistaken. That's probably backwards, right?
You would think so, but after Pineview got off to a 21-10 start 2 nights ago, maybe it's becoming a trend.
Stop and pop jumper, and Hurricane finally got the lid off the basket as scoring was number 21, Nathan Parker.
Good hit for Parker. They need him to be big. Averages about 2.9 off the bench. One of the first guys, and they can use some bench scoring tonight.
Both teams go to the bench a little bit. A couple of subs into the game. Right now, Mackey's got it to Anderson Foreman. Now to Warner. Warner thinks about driving in, goes back to Lyman Simmons on the outside to Mackey. He thought about that three. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He was tempted.
He did, and he'll try to slowly sneak back to that block before popping back out.
Simmons drives in on Aloha. Jump stop off the glass. Won't go. Rebound. And Aloha comes away with it. Pretty good drive by Simmons. He just had the wrong English on the ball. And here come the Tigers.
Solid defense by Aloha, too. Simmons' only points have come from the three-point line tonight. Both shots inside have been no good, and Aloha's got the rebound.
By the way,
it won't continue, but you got to appreciate it while it lasts.
They've switched on defense, so Simmons is on Gardner now, and Anderson Foreman is guarding Aloha. And right now, Gardner has it on the outside in three-point land. Simmons is with him. And they give to the little guy. He throws it across the lane. Nice save by Parker. Left side to Slack. Slack drives in. Little runner is an ugly shot. Missed everything except the backboard. Rebound, Warriors. Right side, wide open three-pointer. Got it! The three from the angle left is up and good by Walker Morrison.
Big make for Morrison. He's been in a bit of a shooting slump. The past 2 years, we've known him as the Warriors' three-point shooter. Coming in tonight, he was 12 of 47, and that'll help get that percentage up. He's more than capable and hits his first shot attempt of the night.
13-5 is the count right now. Warriors on top 2 minutes ago, first quarter. Aloha drives in, goes to Gardner on the baseline. Snow Canyon has dropped into a 2-3 zone. Well, no, they're back to man-to-man, my bad. Looked like a zone for a second the way they were set up. Crossover dribble by Larson, won't get him anywhere. He goes back out to Aloha, and then swinging around to Parker.
Tigers offense having a hard time creating any type of separation right now. One moment, 3 Tigers are down on the left side.
Ball thrown away. Lyman Simmons comes up with it. Almost lost, but his teammate there is there. Mackey to save it. And here come the Warriors, up 8 with the ball. Mackey looked inside, nothing there. Goes back out to the right side to Warner. Snow Canyon leading this game by 8. Now they have the ball on offense. Simmons is trapped, has to get rid of it. Finally finds a teammate, and they'll reset with 1:15 left in the first quarter.
Warriors do a good job of bringing their big up too, like Hurricanes tried to do with Gardner and Simmons. It really spreads out the offense, especially when he dives down.
Now Simmons in the post. They gave him baseline. He can't get it. Gets a shot up off the glass anyway. Beautiful jump step and in off the glass for Simmons.
He came from the high, right above the three-point line, down inside, got enough separation for his first points in the paint tonight. 5 points total, I believe.
Under a minute to go in the first, and it's a 10-point lead. Steal. Snow Canyon on the run. Warner will drive all the way in, lay it up, and in for two. Will Warner with his first basket.
He leads this team in steals per game at 1.3, make it 1 with 32 seconds on the Nets on Fire clock in the first.
17-5, half a minute left in the first. Warriors got what they want, a good start in this game. Larson drives in, and he is held. Foul on the play, called, I believe, on Warner. Yep, it is. So Warner gets his first basket and his first foul. That's only the second foul of the game on the Warriors. As Coach Meacham brings a couple of guys out, brings a couple of guys in. Simmons will sit down. We'll catch you up on all the subs here in a second. Anderson Foreman back in, Hammer back in. Also checking in for the first time is Zach Call, number 25. And Cy Meacham in there too, I believe. Yeah, he is, the junior, coach's son. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. Tigers looking for a shot. Meacham all over him defensively. They go way out to a low. Now 10 seconds to go. Got to go now. Now 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Drive to the lane. They drop the ball off, but it's stolen by the Warriors. 1 second to go in the quarter. Long shot is off the mark, and that's how the quarter will end. A good one for Snow Canyon, though, here at home as they start 17-5. We'll be back in 1 minute with the second quarter on our We Win scoreboard at 17-5.
The clouds in the sky seem less noticeable than the cloud connected to your phone. Data is quickly becoming the new currency in our society, and all the information you or your business can hold is priceless. So why not store it, secure it, and protect it? That's where we come in. Our job is to assist you in ways that help you to facilitate your business. Tonic One Data Center redefines the meaning of data protection. Located in the disaster-safe zone of St. George, Utah, we have created a faster, friendlier, and more secure way to connect to you.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
Welcome back. It is the end of one quarter of play here from the jungle in Snow Canyon. Pretty good start so far as they lead it by a count of 17-5. Did you see that score update that just came across?
Yeah.
2 minutes left in the first half. D Hill's only up by 2 now. They were up 10 just seconds ago, it seems like.
Yeah, Dixie will do that. They've done that the past couple games. They'll get down by double digits and then come roaring back just like they did against Pineview. It's a team you can never count out regardless of the score.
Larson being hounded by Cy Meacham. Pretty good defense. He can't get a shot away. Tigers still looking for some offense. They have 5 total points in this contest. Larson's got it. He'll drive to the lane. Can't get his step back, and he has to give it up to Aloha. Now they go to Litchfield. Stop and pop. 15-footer, no good. Rebound to, let's see, that was Walker Morrison on the rebound. And now in the forecourt. Baseline drive is Hammer. Cut off there. Looking for help. Double team. Shoots it anyway. Shot won't go. But he traveled, take it away. Even had it gone, it wouldn't have counted. That's a walking turnover, a dead ball turnover, as coaches like to call it.
Here's your useless statistic of the night. We need a sponsor for this useless statistic of the night. It's Bowen Hammer's second travel call.
We don't want to sponsor that part of it, but the useful statistic is a good one. Again, we've had 1 free throw in the game, brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. We've had 3 3-pointers in this game, brought to you by Team D Auto. Hurricanes still in the backcourt. They finally do get it across. Slack goes to Parker. Parker can't get a shot away. Rebound to Snow Canyon.
And we've seen a couple shots. Homer there on the miss. We've seen Litchfield inside, Slack inside. Just haven't been able to finish.
Inside, Anderson Foreman off the rim, won't go in. Offensive rebound to Hammer. He can't hold on to it. It's a Hurricane steal. And with 6:45 left in the second quarter, it's still 17-5. Larson, step back three, a la James Harden, is no good. Ball lost out of bounds as Aloha tried to get the rebound and could not hold it.
For Larson, that step back is one of his most dangerous tricks that he has in his bag. Just couldn't get it over the length of Walker Morrison. And that's one thing that you have to appreciate about Snow Canyon's backcourt is that they have length. Bowen Hammer, very, very wide wingspan. Same with Walker Morrison, both taller guys who can get the job done, and certainly did right there.
6:35 left. Nobody scored here in the second quarter. 17-5 Warriors. Call has it, hands it off to Meacham. Meacham carried the ball, got away with it. Catch and shoot three-pointer by Hammer, that's good. A Team D auto three, and the lead is ballooned to 20-5.
That same exact length I just talked about will also help you hit triples over shorter defenders. And for Hammer, you always have to have a hand up, and sometimes that isn't enough.
Litchfield drives in the lane, drops it off to Nephi Aloha. Jumper is up and good. Nice baseline J for 2 points.
Soft touch from Nephi Aloha. Last time these guys squared off, he actually ended up with 6 points, if I remember correctly, and provided some much-needed energy off the bench. He's been that guy all year, and off the nice little pass, puts it up and in.
I think there was a little moisture on a court or something. They stopped play for just a second. Now the Warriors will walk it across with Cy Meacham running the point now. Goes to Hammer, one-handed pass to Call, back to Meacham. Around the horn they go to Lyman Simmons. Had a three-pointer, didn't take it, stepped inside and missed it. Rebound fought for and picked up by Hammer, but a foul on the rebound. I think they're going to call it on Aloha.
It's going to be Baker.
Oh, they
Baker with his
called it on
foul.
Baker. He pointed this direction like it was on. For a second, I thought it was on Snow Canyon or on Hurricane, but it was on Snow Canyon. You're right. They break the press. Now fast break. Gardner lays it up and in. Nice job.
That was a tough finish from Gardner. I know he's left-handed, and he went with the left on the right side of the hoop, but he still had Lyman Simmons in his way.
Simmons tries to drive. He is fouled.
And that's that typical get it in the post, square yourself up to the basket, and sweep the basketball. If the defender's hands are low at any time when you sweep that, chances are the officials will call a foul, and that's exactly what they did. Nephi Aloha with his first.
Into Simmons again in the lane, gets his man off his feet. Shot up, no good. Good double team over there by Cruz Gardner. It was Aloha on his back, but Gardner left his man and came over. I think that Simmons realized he had a guy wide open on the weak side, but he never realized it.
And Simmons is the type of guy who probably won't make that mistake twice, so he'll know they'll have someone to go to next time. But he, in all fairness, he did have Nephi Aloha beat. It's just Gardner did a good job coming over to help his man.
20-9 is the score. By the way, Hurricane's two leading scorers, Larson and Gardner, have a combined 2 points. Who hit that one?
That was Litchfield with a tough move inside, sandwiched by two Warriors, both bigger than he. Somehow got it up and off the glass. In
the lane to Simmons. Simmons looking for that double team. Lowers his shoulder, gets it up, no good. Rebound. Simmons takes it away, and a foul called. I think this is a makeup call. I think he committed an offensive foul on the drive. The ref missed it, and when he reached and grabbed the ball, it looked pretty clean to me, but the ref was like, I'm not going to miss two. I got you on the second one.
And it was Nephi Aloha who hit the court after Simmons kind of lowered his shoulder. Aloha fell very awkwardly. Simmons created separation, but the fall down didn't do him any favors. There's an art to falling down, AG.
Three-pointer by Litchfield is up and no good. The offensive rebound to Gardner. Back outside to Larson. Larson being hounded right now out there by number 14, Will Warner. So Meacham is out, Warner back in at the point. Near steal by Simmons, driving in, and the shot maybe a little too fancy by Gardner. He can't get it to go. Rebound to the Warriors. Three-pointer left side, too hard, no good. Offensive rebound though, Snow Canyon. They get it out to Simmons. Simmons skip past the Hammer. Hammer drives in the lane. Up and under move, no good, but he's fouled.
Hammer with fantastic basketball IQ, recognizing he's already hit a triple tonight. The defense is going to come crashing out to him. Litchfield closed out a little too aggressive. Hammer swept to the left, got inside, drew contact, and now we're going to find him at the Fabulous Freddy's free throw line.
And that foul, I believe, called on Nephi Aloha is his second already, as Hammer hits a free throw.
We talked about how great Bowen Hammer is from the three-point line, 49 of 100 coming into this game. He's now 50 of 101. But he's also, from the free throw line, he'd only missed 4 free throws on 35 attempts coming into tonight as he knocks them both down here. Still only staying at 4 free throws missed on the season. For high school, that's phenomenal.
That's a nice luxury to have if you're a coach. As the lead is pushed back up to 11 at 22-11. Snow Canyon on top, and Hurricane throws the ball away. They broke the press, got in the forecourt, and Larson trying to read the mind of Slack, and he read it wrong, apparently.
And we said it, Snow Canyon's defense only giving up about 47 a game. Best in not the region, but in Utah 4A, and they played more games than most defenses who were on par with them. So it stood up and forces the turnover right there. Even the last play, when Gardner went to the rim, they helped down and forced a turnover.
Inside pass by Simmons is too high for Hammer, and Hurricane picks it off. Parker drives in. Nice pass to Gardner. Shot maybe partially blocked or at least bothered by Snow Canyon. It goes out of bounds, though, off of the Warriors. How about the defensive effort that time by Owen Mackey?
Yeah, you said the right word there in bothered. Gardner had his man beat coming off an off-ball cut, got it inside. 2 Warriors collapsed and forced it into a tough situation for him. It wasn't able to get the touch he wanted.
Ball comes in bounds to Gardner. Hurricane on the offense. On the left side is Parker. Looking for a screen from Owen Aloha. Right and then left. Can't get a shot away, though, and has to give it back up outside. Tigers working mostly perimeter now with the rim protector Simmons in the game for Snow Canyon. Step back 3 is up and got it. Team Diato 3 by Colton Litchfield.
And Aloha hit a 3 earlier. Colton Litchfield knocks down a 3. That's his second. Aloha hit his 3rd of the year. Litchfield hits his 2nd of the year on his 6th attempt.
Stepping up, right, at the big moment?
Absolutely.
And they cut it to 8 right now. Tigers hanging in this thing even though they were down 13 at the quarter. Hard drive. No shot. Lowers his shoulder. Probably an offensive foul. No call. Rebound Tigers.
Morrison, mostly known for his 3-point shooting, tried to take that one inside, and just solid, patient defense there.
Bowen Hammer with the steal behind the back dribble, spin move in the lane, gives it up. That was a little bit ugly, and they're going to call it travel.
That was one of those plays where I can't pinpoint exactly, like the movement when Mackey dribbled that ball just seemed odd, and I think the officials saw the same thing. It's going to get boos from the crowd.
Yeah, I don't know that it was a travel on Mackey. I thought Hammer traveled before that maybe.
It was interesting.
As it is, though, Tigers can cut this to a 6 or 5 point game on this offensive possession. Again, they were down 13 at the quarter, or right after the quarter started. Inside Gardner, skip pass across. Parker drives in the lane. He's cut off, tried to get it to Gardner. Ball is knocked down and stolen away. Gardner has it, shot partially blocked by Simmons, and nice save by Morrison. And the Warriors in the forecourt.
That defense is making everything difficult for Hurricane right now as we're going to get a moving screen on Walker Morrison. Litchfield ran into him. I thought for a sec they were giving it to Litchfield. Instead, it's going to be on Walker Morrison.
That'll be team foul number 5 on the Warriors. No free throws yet. It was not a charge. He signaled charge, but it was away from the ball. He didn't have the ball. Usually a charge is a player control call, so it was a loose ball foul. But nevertheless, they're not to the bonus yet.
Yeah.
But the Tigers hanging in this thing. They were down big, and look at it now, 22-14, and they've got the ball. Hurricane on the offense. Cruz Gardner on the angle right. Anderson Foreman guarding him. Fake drive by Aloha. Oh, they had the cutting Litchfield and missed him. Now they'll back things out and give it to Aloha again. Aloha looking inside for Slack, nearly throws it away. It is tipped by Snow Canyon. Tigers, it would have been a backcourt, but it was tipped by Snow Canyon, so the Tigers have it. They give it to Parker. And not establish himself in bounds was Litchfield. He tried to jump in bounds before he caught the ball, but it was too late. He'd already gotten caught for the violation.
That's just bad communication on Hurricane's part. Litchfield that drove down, pitched that ball to Parker. Momentum carried him out of bounds before he had a chance to reset. Parker flipped it back.
Thanks to Intermountain Sports Medicine for sponsoring play-by-play here. The ball tipped out of bounds by hustling Hurricane Tigers. Again, providing athletic training for all of Region 10 varsity athletics again this year. Sports injury, call Dr. Millward today at 251-3600. Warriors kind of had a lid on the basket the last few minutes. They still lead by 8, though. Get the ball inside to Mackey. He's been quiet in this game. Little turnaround jumper is in. Beautiful looking shot.
One of those split-legged jumpers. Mackey gets himself in the air, propels up, throws those legs apart, and knocks it down while hanging. Impressive hit from Owen Mackey for, that should be what, his 5th point of the night?
Yeah, he's got 5, yep. Under a minute to go. Tigers trailing the Warriors by 10. Hard drive in the lane, shot up off the glass. Boy, the sea parted for him, and he laid it up and in. Parker
with 4. Much needed, gives him about 2.9. See if Snow Canyon hold, nope.
Warriors throw it away. Anderson Foreman looking left side for Will Warner and missed him. That was actually Morrison, my bad. Either way, it was not a good pass, not his fault. 25 seconds to go in the half. It's unbelievably, to me, an 8-point game. I really thought once Snow Canyon got that double-digit lead, I thought they'd blow him off the court. It hasn't happened. Tigers hanging. 24-16. 15 seconds to go until halftime. Aloha hits a cutter, and the shot is blocked out of there. That was Mackey who got sky high for the block. Now the Warriors with a chance for a last shot. 6 seconds to go. They go into Simmons. Backs his way down. Shot up off the glass. Count it. And that'll do it for the half. Warriors get themselves a 10-point lead on the last second bucket by Lyman Simmons. He has 7, and we're going to get Russin's thoughts on the first half before we go to break. Russin, it's a 10-point game.
Great close to that first half for Snow Canyon. The offense has struggled most of the game. The defense has been on par with what we've seen all year, but how about defense leading the offense? Larson got around his guy, saw Simmons was out of the paint, figured, oh, big guy's not here, I should have a layup. Oh, and Mackey skies over, rejects it, and it ends up on 2 points in Lyman Simmons' hand on the other end of the floor. Defense leading the offense, and really it's been all defense for Snow Canyon. The offense only just 26 points. The good news is they've held Hurricane to 16. I know it's a 10-point game. We expected it to be a little bit more, but as soon as the Warriors offense wakes up, their defense has shown that they have plenty enough in the tank to win this game on their home floor.
Halftime coming up, brought to you by InfoWest, the internet people. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll talk about the first half. We'll get scores and highlights from around the region. We'll might even see some replays over here if Justin will hook us up. I don't know if that will work or not. It is halftime, though, 26-16, Snow Canyon on our We Win Injury Loss scoreboard.
Are you unsure about your flooring and window covering projects? Look no further than the experts at Brent's Interiors. Brent's Interiors has been inspiring the people of St. George and surrounding areas with our beautiful showroom full of flooring and window coverings. Our incredible design team can help educate you on all the newest design, styles, and color options. Brent's Interiors, just another reason friends send friends to Brent's Interiors, a Flooring America dealer. Visit Brent'sInteriorsFlooringAmerica.com.
This is Dr. Burke with Burke & Beckstrom Orthodontics. Inside each of us is a desire to be our best self, but sometimes we need a little push. We need that voice telling us to keep going. We need that encouragement and that assurance that we're moving forward and improving. This could not be more true than when it comes to our appearance and our smile. So much of our confidence is based on the way we're perceived by others. With a great smile comes a significant boost in self-esteem and self-worth. At Burke & Beckstrom Orthodontics, our mission is to encourage you and help you take an active role in improving your life. We want to build you up, grow your confidence, and help you move forward. Live your best life. Be the best you. Visit our website today, BurkeandBeckstromOrtho.com, to see how you can smile forward with Burke & Beckstrom Orthodontics.
Welcome back. It's halftime here from Snow Canyon High School. The E-Shells out there doing their thing on the court. If you're watching on video, you can see them. I think they just had region drill and all kinds of stuff, and I do not profess to be an expert on any of that, and so I'm just going to say they look fantastic to me.
They always do. And one thing on that, just to touch on it, I never got anything like this in high school. I went to a 1A school. If you did anything like this, you were probably cheerleading, and there was like 3 of them. So to come here and see the shows that Snow Canyon and Dixie and the halftimes they have, phenomenal.
Pretty extravagant, yeah. Unlike you, I went to a very large school. When I graduated, let's see, there were, I think at the time, now there was 4 grades, but there was like 2,500 students, and a few years later when they filled out all their classes, there was like 3,500 students. So
dang.
Yeah, got real big real fast at
West
West
Jordan.
Jordan.
With 13 kids.
All right, halftime today brought to you by InfoWest for the fastest internet in Southern Utah and a local support. Trust the internet people at InfoWest. Go to InfoWest.com to sign up today. Again, Russin, if you do the math, okay, Snow Canyon averages 59.9 points per game. That's, in essence, 60 points a game. That's 15 points a quarter. In the first quarter, they had 17. So you're like, all right, they're a little bit ahead of schedule. If they score 15 in the second, they'll be in the 30s. They're in good shape. They only scored 9 points in the second quarter. In fact, they went through like a 5-minute dry stretch where nothing went in. Warriors still have a lead, a 10-point lead, but you have dry stretches like that against against maybe Crimson Cliffs or against Ridgeline or Skyview, you might find yourself behind. They've got to fix that, huh?
They do. And really what it comes down to, there will be nights where your offense just isn't clicking. There will be quarters where your offense struggles. But the hope is for any championship contending team, if you ever have lapses like that, you have one specialty to hang your hat on. And one thing that's been consistent for the Snow Canyon team all year long is their defense. And that's been on display tonight, holding Hurricane to 16. And I know the Tigers aren't world beaters on the offensive end, but every time they've got in the paint, they've looked uncomfortable. Shots that have went down have been tough shots, and there's been other shots that have been good looks that have been erased by a big block or a solid contest. So Warriors defense showing out tonight, but you're right, there are certainly things on the offensive end that they want to improve on to get cleaner, crisper looks.
To illustrate your point about the the defense, Hurricane averages 52 a game about. That's 13 a quarter. The Tigers had 5 in the first quarter and 11 in the second quarter. Yeah. So even when they had a better quarter, it still wasn't what they averaged, and they only have 16 here at the half. Obviously, the Tigers' offense they've got to pick it up if they're going to really challenge Snow Canyon in this game. And
on the flip side of that, major credit to Hurricanes' defensive effort tonight. I thought for them putting Owen Aloha on and Nephi Aloha, they've shared some time on Lyman Simmons to hold him to 7 points in the first half. That's a big victory for you, especially without any of your big guys being in foul trouble. You've also had Gardner struggle to score. You've had Larson struggle to score, and yet you still find yourselves only down 10. So the defense has been great for Snow Canyon. It's kept them afloat, but also major credit to Hurricane for what they've done, making things all muddled and congested on the defensive side for them. Bowen Hammer had to hit a really tough 3. Owen Mackey had a really tough split-legged jumper that went down. It's not as if the Warriors' 26 points have come completely free of charge.
Yeah, good point. Let's talk Wilkinson stats now. Again, stats tonight brought to you by Wilkinson. Lighted up Region 10 since 1946. Wilkinson's House of Lighting has been a fan of all Southern Utah sports. Lights, fans, and pictures, and so much more. Contractors and homeowners always welcome at Wilkinson's House of Lighting. Your 2 leading scorers, if you're Hurricane, Cruz Gardner and Weston Larson, have combined for a total of 2 points. These guys average 24 together. They have 2 points at the half. You can tell the focus of the defense for Snow Canyon was number 2 Larson and number 11 Gardner.
And really for that, it goes back to Larson's only attempted 2 shots. One was erased by Mackey. The other was a missed step back 3, if I remember correctly. And for Gardner, he's probably about 1 of 4, 1 of 5 from the field. It's just a matter of him trying to get it going from the outside, realizing he needs to get inside. But Snow Canyon's length and size is just too bothersome. Once you get in the paint, they're going to have to try to find him more looks on the interior where he's not double teamed or where guys aren't coming over to help.
With your stars not scoring, someone else has got to step up. Colton Litchfield has done that a little bit. He has 5 points, a 2 and a 3. His second 3-pointer of the entire season. He's right at his average for a game at 5. He has 5. 4 points in the contest for Nathan Parker. He averages 3 a game. And then you got a 3 by Owen Aloha. 2 points by Nephi Aloha, 2 points by Cruz Gardner. That's the entirety of the scoring for the Hurricane Tigers in the first half, as they had just 16 points here at the half. On the Snow Canyon side, Bowen Hammer, 9 points. He has a couple of 2s, a 3, and as you mentioned, his free throw shooting is second to none in the state right now. He made both of his free throw attempts. 7 points for Lyman Simmons. He started the game with a 3, he had a couple of 2s. And then 5 points for Owen Mackey, a bucket for 3 for Walker Morrison, and a bucket for 2 for Will Warner. Warriors scored 17 in the first and 9 in the second. Snow Canyon has 3 3-pointers in the game, and they've made 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, those free throw points, those are only 3, but they're big when you have 26 on the game. And that Pineview-Dixie game I called Wednesday night, there was really not a lot of free throws that happened till those overtime periods. We're seeing a similar situation. Not a lot of free throws attempted from the Fabulous Freddy's free throw stripe. I'm interested to see if that changes in the second half, because Snow Canyon on the year as a squad, they shoot a pretty respectable 70% from the stripe, while Hurricane sits at about 57 from the free throw line.
Snow Canyon is 17-1 on the year. They're in first place in Region 10 at 6-1, trying to get their 7th win. They have a 10-point lead here at the half. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Back with the second half after this.
Asphalt. It's not something we think about much, except when it's in bad shape. At Holbrook Asphalt, we help cities, HOAs, and businesses avoid replacing painfully expensive roads and parking lots. To avoid the cost of replacing asphalt, you must effectively preserve it while it's still in good condition. University research has shown Holbrook Asphalt's HA5 slows asphalt aging by 67%. We make your pavement assets last longer, cost less to own, all while achieving higher property values. Visit holbrookasphalt.com to discover more.
Welcome back, Snow Canyon High School. Warriors leading by 10. Have a couple of Hearst Ace Hardware score updates. First of all, Pineview Cedar, that game at Pineview, and right now the Panthers with a 1-point lead at intermission. Pineview 34, Cedar 33. And what was the latest on that Dixie Desert Hill score?
The last that we saw at half, Dixie had outscored Desert Hills in a big way. The precise scoring on that one was Dixie outscored Desert Hills 15-3 in the second quarter to take a 21-19 lead at half. It was a 2-point game out there at the hangar last we saw.
Right now, underway, third quarter, it is 26-16. Warriors missed their first shot. Hurricane now trying to cut into that double-digit Snow Canyon lead. Tigers with the ball.
Ooh, Aloha cut down inside. They had a decent look. Slack couldn't get him the ball, though.
Slack floats to the baseline. Now they get it out to Larson. Fake the 3, can't get it away. Good defense by Snow Canyon. Mackey on him. Excuse me, that was Warner on him. Jump shot up, no good. Ball tipped up, and what's the call?
It was weird. If I saw that correctly, Litchfield came under the hoop and hit that. The ball was already down. Litchfield hit it, and it came out. Let's see right here on the replay if we can get a good look at that.
Yeah.
That was already through the hoop when Litchfield knocked that, right?
I don't think so, because they're not putting the points on the board. It's still 26-16.
And for Hurricane sideline, they just cover their heads, still talking to the official.
I wonder if Hurricane touched the ball while they had a foot on the line. That's kind of the look that what it looked like he was saying. Anderson Foreman has it now for Snow Canyon, up 10. Anderson Foreman's been pretty quiet, and they call an illegal screen. So makeup call, maybe? Refs don't do that, do they?
Yeah, it could be. And for Anderson Foreman this year, he has yet to get going on the scoring side of it. But he's come a long, long way just in this season alone. Become a starter for this Warriors squad on a championship contending team. Brings a lot in terms of rebounding and screening right there, just a little too aggressive.
Now Snow Canyon is in a zone, a 3-2 zone. 3 guards, 2 big guys down low. Jumper out of the corner. Larson can't get it to go. Mackey on the rebound. Good timing on the board. Throws it down court to Hammer. Hammer, long 3. Too hard, no good. Simmons over Gardner, and he threw it away. Oh, man, good rebound. Had Anderson Foreman, threw it too high and out of bounds.
A very Jokic-esque move there where the big guy gets the rebound, and before he brings it down, touch pass to Anderson Foreman.
Little Nicola, huh?
Yeah, a little bit right there. Just didn't have the right zip on it, but it was the right idea.
6.5 left, third quarter. Nobody has scored since we started the second half. It's still 26-16. low-scoring pace. We were hoping to get to our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. 3 out of the corner, no good. Rebound, Cruz Gardner has it. He drives in the lane. Simmons is there waiting for him, so he won't shoot. Now to Larson. Larson gives off to Slack. Now to Aloha on the baseline. Simmons on him. To Gardner. Gardner is bumped. No foul called. Coming out of there is Snow Canyon. Had numbers, can't use them. Well, they'll stop and pop a 3. That's no good. Shot up, but the rebound, a little simultaneous possession on the rebound. The shot was by Warner.
And Aloha corralled that ball first, but Simmons did something sneaky right there. He came in low to the ground. Simmons, one of the tallest guys on the floor, he got down low underneath Aloha to tie that ball up. It'll stay with Hurricane.
2:09 gone so far in the second half. We've got a timeout on the floor. Tigers took it. I don't know if it's a full or a 30. Referee says it is a full timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. Warriors still up 10.
The new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. A golden crust with crispy, cheesy edges. That's 50% more cheese baked all the way to the edge. Okay, I'm hungry. Try the new Detroit style today. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
At last check, we had Snow Canyon. Well, here we got a Snow Canyon 10-point lead. We had Pineview up by 1 at the half on our Hershey's Hardware scoreboard. And we just got an update from Dixie and Desert Hills. Thunder hanging in there at the end of 3. Dixie leading by just 1, 27-26 in a low-scoring affair there.
That came defensive too, and we're a little bit removed from the high-scoring offenses of last year. Crimson and Desert Hills, and some of those scores have moved on. And this year, the region has been much more defensive-minded.
Right now, the Tigers have the ball. They took the timeout. They get it into Aloha. Aloha's dribbled underneath it all. Got the shot away, he thought, and in comes Anderson Foreman for the block. They lead it to Simmons. Simmons somehow caught it, and he is fouled from behind. How did he hold on to that basketball? That was a tough pass.
It was a tough pass. He's going to end up getting contact and going to the stripe. And on the other end, how about the help that this Warriors defense brings on every single defensive possession? Anytime it looks like one Warrior gets beat, Simmons got pump faked, left his feet, seemed like he had disappeared, and Anderson Foreman comes over with the block. They're just always helping each other. They always know where to be.
Simmons gets finally, after 2 minutes and 46 seconds, the first point of the second half. Simmons now has 8 as the first free throw is good. One more coming for the big junior Lyman Simmons, who has turquoise shoes.
And his free throw percentage has skyrocketed over the past couple years. As I say that, he clings one off the back iron, but 71% free throw shooter.
Long lead pass, drive in. Hurricane tries a reverse layup. It's blocked by Simmons. Forecourt now, they've got numbers, driving all the way in. Mackey up and in on the finger roll, and the lead is up to 13 now.
Gardner contested him straight up. Mackey had his back turned to the hoop and had the ability to look over his shoulder and lay that thing off the glass. What a finish by Owen Mackey.
Years ago, there was a Jazz guard by the name of Ricky Green. Hot Rod used to call him the fastest of them all. He was master at turning his back to the basket on those layups. Hurricane tries a 3 at one end. Ball is tipped out of bounds on the miss by Bowen Hammer. It'll be Tiger ball. 29-16. We played 3+ minutes. Hurricane has yet to score here in the second half.
Yeah, Nets on fire clock shows 4 minutes, 36 seconds. And in fairness, Snow Canyon's only scored 3, but the Tigers definitely need a bucket.
Aloha bounces it out of bounds. Owen says someone touched it. Referee says no, they didn't. It's out of bounds, Snow Canyon ball.
Ref always seems to get the last word on those.
Yeah, he's the guy with the whistle. Run a little weave on the outside of the Warriors. They go in the high post to Anderson Foreman, into Simmons. Simmons turn around, up off the glass. No foul called. No, there is a foul called. Looked like Aloha got him on the elbow. He's not happy. Gardner goes over and settles him down a little bit. And now Simmons will go to the line.
That high to low post action is so amazing to see. And one team that does it really well is the Dixie Flyers with Keem Webb and Kyle Lemke. They run it great. And Anderson Foreman to Lyman Simmons, that's a special connection that I could see having a big difference in a playoff game, in a championship setting, in a clutch time scenario where Anderson Foreman can feed his big man.
All of a sudden, Simmons is struggling a bit from the line. Last free throw, it was way hard off the back iron. That one, he barely grazed the front rim and was short. Now he'll try to get up to 50% for the game as he shoots the back end of this one. He is 1 for 3. Takes his time, strokes it, and that one's much better. And the lead now is 30-16. Again, the Tigers have not scored here in the third quarter. We played almost half of the third. Parker being guarded by Anderson Foreman. Looks for a little help, gets it over to Aloha. Aloha thinks about driving. Now to Larson. Larson gets a screen from Aloha. Gives it back to him. Drives in, little shot, wild one off the glass. Rebound, saved. Nope, saved 2, Snow Canyon. Warriors have numbers if they want it. Bowen Hammer, alley-oop to Simmons. Simmons can't lay it in, but he is pushed underneath. Really not a whole lot that Larson could do on that play. He was outside by a lot.
No, all Larson could do was back into Simmons and really make it difficult for him to reach the hoop on that one. As Simmons, we've seen a lot of him at the free throw line. Not a lot of free throws in the first half, a good chunk in the second. Unfortunately for the Tigers, they've all been in Snow Canyon's favor. And good effort right there from Will Warner to get things moving. Bowen Hammer had the pass to Simmons to get the free throws, as the first one's no good for Lyman. But Will Warner really makes this offense work. His points per game average has slowly gone down throughout the year, but his assists, steals, and rebounds have slowly gone up.
Simmons missed the front end, second one, a little harder and good. He is 3 out of 6 in the quarter and the game. He now has 10 points. Excuse me, 9, no, that's 10, that's right. 10 points in the game for Simmons. Hurricane, I hate to beat a dead horse, but we played now 4 minutes and 20 seconds. They still have not scored here in the third quarter.
Yep.
Talk about praising the Snow Canyon defense. They're getting it done right now.
5-0 advantage in the third for the Warriors.
Larson terminated, throw it away. Lyman Simmons with Larson on his back. Goes to Hammer. Hammer can't get a shot away. Gives it up and gives it back. Hammer drives all the way in, and he is hammered. Foul on the play as Bowen Hammer goes to the line, and he was lit up about 4 or 5 feet from the hoop.
Was that my imagination, or did he cock that thing back?
I thought he was going to dunk it. I thought he would left at the free throw line. He was going to throw it down.
Great aggressive approach. He could have taken a 3. Defense closed out, went to his left, and ended up drawing enough to hit the first free throw.
How many free throws do you say he shot this year? Because he just made another one. He only missed 4.
He's only missed 4. He had shot 35 coming into this game. I think that was his 38th that he just attempted.
Yeah, he's 3 for 3.
Yeah, would now make him 34-38, make it 35-39.
4 for 4 in the game. That's about just under 90%, 89%. Good high school number. 3:10 left in the third. Tigers still haven't scored. It's 33-16 now. 3 out of the corner contested. Shot no good. Mackey on the rebound. Got numbers. Goes to Meacham. Meacham alley-oop, but the pass was not a good one. It'll go out of bounds off of the Tigers.
That's one thing that Nephi Aloha won't allow to happen, is to be beat down the floor. When it comes to hustle guys, there's not a lot of players who do it better than he. And
yeah, that was going to be an alley-oop to Hammer. But Aloha got there and got in the way and said, no, you're not ooping on my face. Try to get it into Simmons. Simmons, great catch. Almost dunked it. Bothered by Aloha, but a personal foul called on the play, and Lyman Simmons will go back to the free throw line. In fact, Snow Canyon has 1 field goal in the quarter and 5 made free throws now. Hurricane has not scored, and we played 5 minutes and 2 seconds of the third. Coach Langston has got to be beside himself. What do we have to do to get a bucket?
Well, and I'm trying to think back to Hurricanes' previous offensive possessions. It's not even if on all of them they've got a shot off, and they're just missing. A lot of these have ended in turnovers for the Tigers.
Yeah, you're right. Simmons to the line. Perfect. Needed that one because he'd been a little bit cold. He's now 4 out of 7. One more coming. The lead is up to 18 now. In fact, they've got a more than double, 34-16 with 2:58 left in the third.
One thing to note as well, Nephi Aloha headed to the bench with his 3rd personal foul.
Simmons' second one is good. Finally got 2 in a row. He's now 5 out of 8 from the line for 12 points. And the lead is 35-16. And a holding foul called on Meacham. Trying to drive was Larson. Meacham just kind of impeded his progress. 2:52 now, no shooting foul. That was on the drive. Then that'll only be the second team foul on the Warriors here in the second half.
Long ways to go before the Tigers end up with free throws. Not so far to go for the Warriors.
Larson trapped on the lane and double dribbled. He thought he had Gardner, was going to pass it to him. The ball started coming out of his hand, and he thought, well, maybe I'll just dribble. And then at some point he realized, oh, yeah, I already did that.
And that's going to keep the Tigers scoring drought continuing right now.
And a good call, Russin. They're not even getting shots most of the time. They're turning the ball over.
I'm even, Nathan Parker had a decent look in the corner that I can remember. Other than that, a lot of turnovers.
Ooh. Lyman Simmons decides he wants to drive from three-point extended. Not a good idea because he doesn't move quick enough to go around guys. He was going to charge in and dunk it. Easy offensive call. Simmons gets his second foul.
It looked like Simmons had got tied up at his highest point as he went up, and Hollis Homer underneath the two guys ended up going to the ground, and the official called an offensive. But now we're going back the other direction.
Illegal screen called. The referee explaining to Coach Langston, and now he scooted during the play. Langston gave him the old, nah, he did not.
Which
kind of the hand wave, like, no way.
That's consecutive Hurricane possessions in this scoring drought where they haven't even got a shot off.
Yeah, I would say of their maybe 10 possessions here in the second half, they got a shot off on maybe 2 of them. Simmons fakes a three, drives in, nope, stops, pop from 15, no good. Rebound to the Tigers. 35-16, Hurricane has not scored this quarter. They need a bucket in a bad way with 2:05 to go. Parker is bumped, no harm, no foul. Langston wanted the call. Now to Larson. Larson drives in, throws it up. He was out of control. The ref bails him out with a foul call on Meacham.
They're going to say Meacham with the body, and if I'm not mistaken, that should be before the shot. Will be inbound coming up from Nathan Parker.
Yeah, I thought Larson was a little out of control on that one, and it would have been a good no call. Try to go inside. Simmons knocks it away, looking for Gardner. Gardner again at almost 12 a game. He has 2. Larson at almost a little over 12 a game. He has 0.
It's interesting to watch the body language right now for the Tigers. Looking at the players over on the sideline. On that inbound, there was a miscommunication between Cruz Gardner and Parker, and now the coaching staff's in on it, and they're just kind of going back and forth on a little bit of confusion there.
Ball comes in. Hurricanes got it. They can't get a shot away, though. Long three by Larson, no good. Rebound to the Warriors. 1:45 left, and a foul call. 1:48 left, I should say, and a foul called on the rebound.
Big rebound from Anderson Foreman. He went up high to get that one. Had a Tiger or two around him before he corralled that one. Foul's going to be on Hollis Homer.
Boy, I thought that was team foul number 6. They're saying it's number 7. So we'll walk the length of the floor, and for the rest of the game, the Warriors on every foul are going to shoot. As Caleb Anderson Foreman will go to the line. 1-1. They'll get 7, 8, and 9 fouls will be 1-1, and then 10 on, it'll be 2-shot fouls.
It goes without saying how tough that bonus situation is now for Hurricane when we're not even in the fourth quarter. Is we'll get another one. Anderson Foreman knocks down the first. Because you're down 20, you got to be aggressive, but you can't foul now or you're giving away free points, and it's a double-edged sword.
Anderson Foreman just got his first point of the night. Couple of stars resting for Snow Canyon here at the end of the third. Mackey and Simmons are out. Anderson Foreman one more to make it a 21-point lead, and he strokes them both. It is now 37-16. Hurricane pushing hard, and Larson thought he saw his teammate Parker flashing open, threw it away. Another turnover and no shot again for the Tigers. You can't score if you don't shoot.
And Snow Canyon's only put up 11 in this quarter. It's not like the Warriors' offensive barrage has pulled them ahead so far that it's just unbearable. It's more that Hurricane just can't get a bucket, literally cannot get a bucket. 11-0 advantage for the Warriors in the third.
Now, where do you go offense? Well, Hammer really the only big-time scorer in the game right now for Snow Canyon. He has it, looks for a screen. Gets a screen, can't get a shot away. Now to Anderson Foreman. Inside they go to Call. Call up off the glass, no good. Tip up, no good. Hanging on the rim. I think that's going to be a technical foul on Bowen Hammer for hanging on the rim. Hammer says, look, there were guys underneath me. I didn't want to break my ankle. Referee says, nope, that's a tee. And Hurricane might actually get their first point of the quarter on a technical foul.
And now you can send Larson to the line. He's a free throw shooter this year who's been able to shoot in his attempts. He's been there 54 times, hit 40 of them.
Not 75%, but he misses the first one. Hurricane has still not scored in the quarter. Larson has still not scored in the game.
Yeah, tough night for him so far. I get it. I know why the crowd's upset. Bonehammer really, he did have guys underneath him. Anderson Foreman got the rebound after him. Probably would have resulted in Snow Canyon points.
My only comment on that is I think he hung a little too long. I think he did have guys at first, but he kept it up. And finally, Hurricane scores on the technical free throw from Larson. It's now 37-17. Tigers have 1 point here in the third quarter. Top of the key. Eloa goes to Larson. Larson to Parker. Parker swings it around to the other Eloa. Shot up, no good. Rebound taken, no, there's only one Eloa in the game. He moved around the court so quick, I thought there were two of them. Rebound Warriors. Into Anderson Foreman. He faces up against Eloa. Now goes back outside. Hammer out of the game now, so really not a lot of offense on the floor for the Warriors.
Yeah, Bryson Baker on the floor. Zach Call.
Getting inside to Call. Call tries to shoot it. It's blocked out of there. Good defense by Slack, but Slack has it taken away to Call. Call in, dunk! On the steal, 2 points, Snow Canyon on the throwdown.
Big hit for Snow Canyon. It's defense to offense. How many times have we seen that tonight for the Warriors with the highlight slam?
39-17, 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Ball on the floor. There's a scramble. Somehow, of course, that guy who's everywhere, Anderson Foreman, gets the rebound to Meacham. Meacham will try a three at the buzzer. That is off and no good, but 1 point in the entire quarter for the Hurricane Tigers, and Snow Canyon has upped their lead from 10 to 22. We'll take a 1 minute timeout. It's 39-17 on the We Win Injury Law scoreboard. Welcome back, Andy and Ruston. Snow Canyon started this game quick. They were up like 17-4 early, 20-7 at 1 point, but Hurricane hung in there in the second quarter and actually was within 6 or maybe even 4 at 1 point, but the third quarter was all Warriors as they outscore Hurricane 13-1, and now we'll start the fourth quarter with the Warriors with the ball and a huge lead. Try to go inside, ball tipped and stolen out of there. As the Tigers have it, trying to find some offense somewhere. And you mentioned the best defense in 4A belongs to Snow Canyon. We're seeing it tonight. Larson being hounded out there. They go inside, shot blocked. Another block for Lyman Simmons. That's either 4 or 5 for him in this game.
That one was the easiest block he's probably had all season. Parker's jump shot carried him into Lyman Simmons' outstretched hand.
Hammer, skip pass across, can't get a shot away. Go baseline to Anderson Foreman. He tried to bounce pass it into Mackey, but the ball's kicked out of bounds. Our game brought to you in part by, let's see.
Red Rock Real Estate.
Yeah, Red Rock Real Estate. Rebounds, they're our rebound sponsor. As Snow Canyon on the offensive end with a comfortable lead. Not anywhere near the Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert, but we'll see what happens over the next 7 minutes plus.
Yeah, I didn't think that Dixie Pineview game was going to get there. Then we had 2 overtimes.
That's right.
Probably won't get that here tonight, though, AG.
Inside Simmons. Simmons in the corner to Hammer. Hammer faked the three. Should have shot it probably. To Mackey. He will shoot a three, and that is perfect. Team D auto three for Owen Mackey.
Something that gets forgot about on this Snow Canyon offense because Bowen Hammer shoots it so well. Owen Mackey had 4 threes last time that these guys played, and on the season alone, he's been 24, 59, 41%.
Inside, bad pass stolen away by the Warriors. Bowen Hammer drives all the way in, has the ball stolen away. Referee says no foul. That's out of bounds off of Hurricane. Larson, good D on that one.
It was good hustle from Larson, not only get his hand on it, but to be able to strip it without fouling Hammer.
42-17, Simmons tries a long one, that's no good. Rebound to Parker and the Tigers. Parker has been really a stalwart today for Hurricanes. They've had a rough night tonight.
He's giving them good minutes off the bench.
The lead is 25 with 6:10 to go. They go into Aloha, trying to get a shot away. Simmons is all over him. Reverse shot is up, no good. And the ball goes to the floor. Fight for it. Snow Canyon picks it up. Mackey, Johnny on the spot. Ahead they go to Hammer. Hammer steps back. Three-pointer is up. No good. Anderson Foreman, though, on the glass to Simmons, who will throw it down. The wraparound, underhanded pass by Anderson Foreman creates a dunk.
Yeah, Simmons is going to get the highlight play there, but the rebound to sky as high as Anderson Foreman did, and then the recognition to know that he had his teammate right there with the little underhand shovel pass around 2 guys. How about that assist?
I'm going to nominate that as our AWP Playmaker Play of the game.
I'm with you.
Not for the dunk, but the dunk was great, but for the great pass by Anderson Foreman. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. It's all Warriors this night at the Jungle.
This is Dr. Burke from Burke & Beckstrom Orthodontics. Did you know that you don't need a referral from your dentist to visit us? That's right. We offer complimentary consultations with no strings attached, no pressure, and no referral needed. We are often asked, what is the best age for me to take my child in to see you? We are in agreement with the American Association of Orthodontists and want to do the first orthodontic consultation at age 7. This will ensure that growth and development are normal and allow for preventive or corrective treatment to ensure that a small problem at a young age does not become a bigger problem later on. Give us a call or visit us online at burkeandbeckstromortho.com and learn how we can help you and your family smile forward.
Welcome back. 5:43 left in the contest on our Nets on Fire scoreboard. Snow Canyon up very big. In fact, it's 44-17 as the Tigers try to find some offense somewhere. They swing it around the horn. Larson with a long three. Finally, one goes down for Weston Larson, his first Team D auto three of the night.
Larson is such a talented three-point shooter that when that ball leaves his hands, you have a good idea if it's going to go down or not. That time he was in his form, had the right motion, had enough separation, drops it down for a Team D triple.
44-20 now. Snow Canyon really not in danger of losing this game with 5 minutes left. Simmons drives baseline, gets it back out to a wide open Hammer. Hammer will drive in, but they're going to call a foul on the pass, a charging foul on Lyman Simmons. That's his third foul. 2 of the 3 were offensive charges.
And what makes that foul the hardest to stomach for Snow Canyon is the fact he actually gave the ball up. He wasn't going to the rim. He wasn't trying to finish strong. He knew he had Hammer on the perimeter.
And he was wide open.
Wide open.
Would have been a 3 most likely. As it is, it's a turnover. 5 minutes left. Tigers down 44-20 to the Warriors. Gardner drives in. He's bumped by Simmons. No harm, no foul. Give it up to Slack. He can't keep it. Loses the ball. Mackey comes out of there with it. Mackey pushing hard. Stops in three-point land. Gives it up. Around the horn they go. Hammer has it, and he is, wow, they call an offensive foul. Yeah. Personal foul on the illegal screen by Walker Morrison.
They've got him on that a couple times tonight.
Well, and he has 2 fouls. They were both illegal screens. A student section on country, I don't know, is it Keith Urban night, country music night? It's Snow Canyon High School. They're all dressed up in flannel and cowboy hats.
Night.
There you go. 44-20. Ball stolen away. Simmons with the lead pass to Mackey. Mackey fouled on the drive. No, what did they call?
Out of bounds, lost it.
Okay, I thought he got fouled. No foul. Referees have kind of swallowed their whistles a little bit because of the score. 44-20, 4:20 left. Cruz Gardner out to Litchfield. Litchfield drives in the lane. Shot is bothered. Good defense by Snow Canyon. Long lead pass as Simmons got the rebound. Thought he had his teammate streaking up the floor, but Will Warner had stopped to collect the ball, and the ball went sailing over his head.
There's no such thing as a good turnover from a statistical standpoint, but these are good turnovers. I mean, it's the right idea. He's got his guy down the court, outrunning everybody. The pass just wasn't on. He's had a couple of those.
Larson drives in. How in the world did that go in? A scoop shot off the glass for 2.
Great finish. He had that ball being swiped at down low, pocketed it like a football, and then got it up off the glass.
And now the shoe is kind of on the other foot. Snow Canyon didn't even get a shot. Second turnover in a row. Coach Meacham has seen enough. He's like, you know what, we got to talk about this. So a timeout on the floor. 3:48 left in the contest. Warriors are going to win, but by how much? We'll take a 30-second timeout.
The new Detroit style from Pizza Hut. A golden crust with crispy, cheesy edges. That's 50% more cheese baked all the way to the edge. Okay, I'm hungry. Try the new Detroit style today. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
They call you really big, Carl? Must be those triple-sauced meat heaps. How about you cloak me in cheese? Drape me in a 3-piece patty suit like a beef tycoon.
The really big Carl is back. Feed your happy.
Welcome back, Andy and Rustin live from Snow Canyon High School. Warriors put this game away with a big third quarter. Now it's a matter of what's the final score going to be. Snow Canyon up 44-22. Just got a couple of Hersey's Hardware scores. First of all, Cedar. Holy cow, Zab Santana with 32 points. Cedar is going to win at Pineview. Well, probably. They're up 9 with 4 minutes left. Zab Santana proving himself to maybe be one of the best players in the state.
And we did get a final on Dixie Desert Hills, AG. The Flyers are down 4 with under 2 minutes left. They win this one, 8-0 run by Barban to make it 39-38. Thunder can't hit with 14 left. Flyers win that one by 1.
Little runner up, no good. Rebound fought for and picked up by Snow Canyon. Oh, it's still on the floor. Hurricane comes away with it. It's stripped out of there and a reaching foul called on the Warriors. You saying 8-0 run by Barban or just by Dixie itself?
Barban lays it in to make it the lead 39-38. Thunder have 14 seconds left. Dixie was down 38-31 in the fourth. 8 unanswered points capped by Barban's layup to win it for the Flyers.
So congratulations, Dixie. Free throw no good by the Tigers. I believe it was Slack at the line. He missed.
A couple new guys on the floor right now for Snow Canyon. Bryson Baker's played some minutes up to this point. We're also going to see Hamlin on the floor, Zach Call, Cy Meacham, alongside Walker Morrison.
Meacham drives baseline. He's cut off there, looking for a little help now. Crosses over. Now gets it back outside. Catch and shoot. Three-pointer is up and good. Nice looking shot for the Warriors by number 10, Walker Morrison.
The statistic, wow. Slack and Larson not on the same page. That ball goes to Snow Canyon.
Steal by the Warriors. Hard drive by Zach Call. Can't get the shot to go, but he's hit on the head, and he'll go to the free throw line. Warriors up 47-22 on our We Win Injury Law scoreboard, and Zach Call will go to the free throw line.
I was going to talk about how you can't sleep on Walker Morrison and his three-point ability. That's his second of the year. The first free throw is no good for Call. Or it's not second of the year, second of the game. And then before I knew it, Slack went to inbound that to Larson. No one was looking at Slack, and the ball just rolled carefully into Snow Canyon's hands.
Call missed the first one, missed the second one. Long rebound tipped out, and they're going to call a foul on the Warriors, number 11, Bryson Baker. Bryson's older brother is sitting down here in front of us, and Braden, and he was a heck of a scorer for Snow Canyon just a few years ago. And I'll never forget this, Rustin. We do it because we love it as broadcasters. Last game of the year, Snow Canyon had just lost. Braden Baker had every reason to be mad. Instead, he comes over after the game's over and thanked me for broadcasting their games this year.
Nice.
I've been broadcasting for 30 years. No player had ever done that until Braden Baker did it. What a stud. Free throw up and good. It's a 47-23 game. Nathan Parker. I'm not saying I need validation. I'm just saying that was a class move by a guy, Braden Baker.
I would have came over and been upset that you didn't put me in your top 10 highlights.
Braden had a lot of them that year, yeah. One more coming. Parker got them both. I said Parker, that was actually Homer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're both about the same size, same coloration. Hollis Homer, though, wears a headband. Nathan Parker does not. Try to get it inside. Good save by Call. Back out to Meacham. Thought about the three, didn't shoot it. Man-to-man defense for the Tigers. Larson hounding Meacham. Warriors have the basketball, baseline to Meacham, a little 15-foot set shot, bounces out of there, no good. Rebound fought for, Meacham diving for it, can't get it. He does get it, but somehow the Tigers come away with the basketball and a foul called on Zach Call. A little bit of jungle ball right now.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I mean, we are in the jungle, and we got the Tigers out there, right? Fits into all the analogies that you want to pull on that. But one thing that you can give credit to for Hurricane is their fight's never gone away. They scored 1 point in the third quarter. You know how easy it would be to just pack it all in and say, shoot, we'll have to get them next Wednesday? Hurricane hasn't done that. They're a team that continually fights. Remember, the Tigers are a squad that won 2 games all of last year, all season. This year, where they stand currently is 10-7. They still have a winning record.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of belief. They still play hard on any given night. And they've continued to fight hard here. 47-24 on the We Win Injury Loss scoreboard.
2:06 left in the game. Weston Larson to the free throw line. Right now, the Warriors don't have the Tigers doubled anymore. It's 47-24. Free throw no good. Larson has 6 points all in the second half. He actually got the 1 point they had in the third quarter on a technical free throw when Bowen Hammer hung on the rim. Second free throw, got it. So he has 7 now.
Similar story the first time they played in that 80-51 Snow Canyon win. Larson's 15 points led all Tigers, but he didn't get those till the second half.
2 minutes to go in the contest. Warriors by 22. They're running a little delay weave. Think BYU's offense where they hand the basketball off and weave around the outside looking for an opening. Go back outside to Meacham. No hurry for the Snow Canyon offense. They're up by 22. Luke Hamlin in the game. Luke with the bright yellow shoe. Dad, did you buy those? He's not listening. Snow Canyon drives to Call. Call in the lane, wanted to dunk it. And I think he got blocked out of there, didn't he?
Yeah, lost it up top. Combination of tipped and losing it.
Inside to Gardner, and Hurricane on the other end gets a bucket for 2 by Cruz Gardner. And that is only his second bucket of the game.
And then the hustle on the other end after the make to force a turnover, grab the ball. Hurricane calls a timeout. They'll get another possession here. Are they going to win it? No. Is the hustle there? Absolutely.
1:12 on the clock. Full timeout. We'll take it. Warriors winning by 20 on our We Win Injury Loss scoreboard. Back in a minute.
House of Jump is Southern Utah's only indoor trampoline park and your only place to jump, dunk, and dodge. Head on over to our house, the House of Jump.
The clouds in the sky seem less noticeable than the cloud connected to your phone. Data is quickly becoming the new currency in our society, and all the information you or your business can hold is priceless. So why not store it, secure it, and protect it? That's where we come in. Our job is to assist you in ways that help you to facilitate your business. Tonic Data Center redefines the meaning of data protection. Located in the disaster-safe zone of St. George, Utah, we have created a faster, friendlier, and more secure way to connect to you.
Now we're back. Welcome those along the World Wide Web, tuning in on WarriorNation.tv. Also streaming, you can get the link on sportsradio977.com, or if you're listening on KDXU, it's 890 AM, 92.5 FM. Warriors, well, they've been big tonight. Defensively, they clamped down on Hurricane. Long three is up, no good. Long tip out is going to be saved. Not saved, they're going to let it go out of bounds. As Call ran it down to make sure that nobody else got it. And it'll be Snow Canyon ball with under a minute to go.
You don't always have to grab the ball to make an impression there. Ooh.
Nearly a backcourt call. By the way, you're allowed to land with the ball on either side of the court. It's not a violation on an inbounds play. Hamlin's got it. Peels to the right side. A little backdoor cut, and the pass not quite there as it tipped out of there by Larson. Larson will bring it forecourt, fake a three, He throws it away, picked off by Hamlin and company. With 35 seconds on the clock, 47-27 Warriors. Skip pass, 3 out of the corner. Lefty 3 is in and out, no good. The attempt put up there by number 21, Carter Murdoch. 20 seconds to go now. Larson looking for a shot, drives in the lane. Scoop shot up, no good. Rebound to the Warriors. JV team in there, and they're going to take their time. In fact, that might do it.
Yeah, it should do it. Levitt Bear also on the floor for the Warriors, and looks like it's going to be a 20-point win. They hold Hurricane to 10 points in the second half total, 1 in the third and 8 in the fourth for the Warriors defense to propel them forward to victory.
Actually got 10 in the fourth quarter, but
yeah,
47-27, the final score as the Snow Canyon Warriors get another victory. I used to say they've never been beaten on the court. They have been beaten now, but I'll tell you what, you go to the court 19 or 20 times and you win all but one, that's pretty good. Again, it's a final 47-27. Snow Canyon defeating Hurricane. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with the Johnson Pediatrics post-game report. Warriors win big here at the Jungle.
Unsure about your flooring and window covering projects? Look no further than the experts at Brent's Interiors. Brent's Interiors has been inspiring the people of St. George and surrounding areas with our beautiful showroom full of flooring and window coverings. Our incredible design team can help educate you on all the newest designs, styles, and color options. Brent's Interiors, just another reason friends send friends to Brent's Interiors, a Flooring America dealer. Visit Brent'sInteriorsFlooringAmerica.com.
This is Dr. Burke with Burke and Beckstrom Orthodontics. Inside each of us is a desire to be our best self, but sometimes we need a little push. We need that voice telling us to keep going. We need that encouragement and that assurance that we're moving forward and improving. This could not be more true than when it comes to our appearance and our smile. So much of our confidence is based on the way we're perceived by others. With a great smile comes a significant boost in self-esteem and self-worth. At Burke and Beckstrom Orthodontics, our mission is to encourage you and help you take an active role in improving your life. We want to build you up, grow your confidence, and help you move forward. Live your best life. Be the best you. Visit our website today, BurkeandBeckstromOrtho.com, to see how you can smile forward with Burke and Beckstrom Orthodontics.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. I'm Andy Rustin here. We got the blowout we thought we were going to get, but, you know, Rustin, the Tigers hung in there. They struggled offensively against a very good Snow Canyon defense, but credit goes to Hurricane for hanging in there. But, of course, more credit goes to the victorious Snow Canyon Warriors as they get their 18th win in 19 tries this season.
Big victory for them just to get back on their winning ways. It's now a 2-game winning streak for Snow Canyon as they try to start anew. Let's go with that. And for the Warriors, we talked about it pregame in the Camping World Keys to the Game, how their defense has been so explosive and so dominant. No one's done it better in all of Utah 4A, and we saw it once again tonight. Blocks leading to points, steals leading to points, and ones coming in favor of Snow Canyon because they were able to push the pace. They just made a massive, massive difference. And as I say that, Bowen Hammer with a massive slam on the replays, courtesy of Warrior Nation TV over there. And it was just a big win for them. Yeah, they put up 47 points. That's fine. That's below their average, a little over 10 below their average. But the defense did so much. I don't know how you can be disappointed with this victory at all, let alone how many times, regardless of who you're playing, do you see yourself hold a team to 1 point, and it was only because of a technical free throw that 1 point was scored. Absolute defensive masterclass put on by the Warriors tonight on their home floor.
Before I forget, a final score from Pineview High School. The Cedar Reds are playing pretty good basketball right now. Cedar goes into Pineview and wins it by a final of 70-62. So congratulations to Cedar. They're climbing back in the race, aren't they? They're 4-4 now in region play. That'll put them in 4th place in Region 10 as we look at some of the replays in this contest. Those of you watching on video, we'll go over some Wilkinson stats here in the Johnson Pediatric postgame show. We'll also take a look ahead at what's coming up. Unfortunately, we didn't get our Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. Although Cedar beat Pineview 70-62. Does that count?
That counts, right?
That counts,
it's anytime Region 10 team scores, isn't it?
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah, it better be. It better be, because that's the only way we get it tonight.
When your team scores 55 or more, head to Yogurtland after the game and ask for your free Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert. That's 5 ounces of free yogurt. Now, if you're a pig like me, you're going to end up with 12 ounces. The other 7 you got to pay for yourself, but the first 5 are absolutely free. Let's just bounce pass by Hammer. Beautiful look to Mackey, and Mackey with that 3-point play for those watching on the replay. Mackey ended up with 10 points in this game. In fact, it was the trifecta that we expected, a little lower scoring than usual, but Simmons with 14. You had 11 for Bowen Hammer and 10 points for Owen Mackey in the contest. Your leading scorers for Snow Canyon. There's an alley-oop and almost went in for Snow Canyon. Other scores for the Warriors, let's see. We got 6 points on 2 threes for Walker Morrison, a bucket for 2 each for Zach Call, Caleb Anderson Foreman, and Will Warner. As the Warriors score 47 points, they had 17 in the first, 9 in the second, 13 in the third, and 8 in the fourth quarter for their 47 points. Snow Canyon hit 5 3-pointers and made 12 out of 16 from the line, and I got to tell you, if you make 75% at the high school level, that's going to win you a lot of games. That's a pretty good percentage.
That's above their season average. Came in at 70%. 75% is a win at the end of this one, especially, I know we talk about their defense and how Hurricanes offense struggled. It's not as if Snow Canyon's offense was supernova tonight. So those free throws and being efficient from the line also goes a long way, because there will be games, like we discussed earlier, when you play Dixies and when you play Ridgeline and Skyviews and teams like that, where maybe the offense has a quarter off and it struggles. That makes things like defense and free throws all the more essential, and the Warriors showed us that they are a very talented, multifaceted team.
They just showed, I think, what will be our AWP Playmaker play of the game. In fact, I'm going to call it early on this one. Again, it's easier than you think to buy direct and save at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. The #1 playmakers in the appliance business. They're open to the public across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Our play of the game, brought to you by AWP, was the wraparound pass after the offensive rebound by Caleb Anderson Foreman. Got it to Lyman Simmons, who threw it down with authority. Easily, I think, our AWP Playmaker play of the game.
Yeah, go see the boys at AWP across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. And you're right, because not only was the pass impressive and the slam by Simmons impressive, but the rebound. Anderson Foreman skied high to pull that thing down. He had 2 Tigers on his back, ripped it down, tucked it, and then pitched it to his man Simmons for the 2-hand slamma-jamma.
So again, our AWP Playmaker play of the game is Anderson Foreman to Simmons. There's a nice one-handed tomahawk by Hammer, but I think he could do that one in his sleep. He gets up, and you have to get up to throw down, right?
Exactly, and a couple Warriors did so tonight. Simmons had 2 dunks, Bowen Hammer had a slam, and Zach Call also had a throwdown.
Thank you to Dr. Cody Johnson, and his staff. They make your kids feel right at home. See why so many are choosing Johnson Pediatrics. Call 628-0511 and ask for the new patient special at Johnson Pediatric Dentistry. Time for our player of the game. Our player of the game brought to you by Ernie's 2 Sinclair, with locations in St. George, Hurricane, Cedar, and Beaver, and of course famous for their, well, world famous for their chicken strips. They have a Sinclair station delivering you the player of the game. I have a tough one here because Simmons was pretty good.
Yep.
Hammer was pretty good. Mackey was pretty good, but defensively they were really good all around the court. I don't know where to go on this player of the game.
It's really tough, because normally we select the player who was great. right, and who kind of rose above expectations. Snow Canyon got exactly what they needed out of their guys tonight. No one had to do more than they were expected to do. You talk about the points there of Bone Hammer and Lyman Simmons and Owen Mackey. I think I would lean so slightly in the direction probably of maybe someone like a Lyman Simmons, because he's the anchor of that defense. He protects the paint inside. Anytime that he has to go do something, guys behind him collapse. And there were times tonight where Simmons was beat on the defensive end, where he bit on a pump fake and Anderson Foreman or Owen Mackey came over and cleaned it up. So I'm with you. That is a hard one to choose, because as a unit tonight, Snow Canyon just got it done. They didn't need one guy to make it happen. They just all knew their roles.
I'm going to go with you and say Lyman Simmons, and the reason, along with his 14 points, he had to have 4 or 5 blocks. We don't have official stats in front of us, and probably 8 to 10 rebounds. Even though offensively he wasn't fantastic today, he got it done all over the court. And quite frankly, one of the reasons Snow Canyon's defense is as good as it is they funnel things to Simmons, who then takes care of business.
Yes.
You don't have the rim protector like him. You're not as good defensively. So Lyman Simmons is our
ask the Jazz.
Ernie Stu Sinclair, player of the game here on KDXU. Great game. Great job by Simmons in this contest. Final thoughts on this one. By the way, our final scores, our Hearst Hayes Hardware final scores, Cedar wins at Pineview 70-62, and it was 39-38. Dixie barely gets past Desert Hills to win that contest. And we had some good games tonight. Unfortunately, ours wasn't one of them. It was a blowout.
Yeah, big blowout for Snow Canyon. Back to their winning ways, 2 straight now for the Warriors. I just think it was great for them to realize there are multiple ways to skin a cat, right? Is that the old saying, the old cliche? If the offense isn't scoring and you're not putting up 80 points a game, no biggie. Doesn't matter. You're 10 points below your scoring average. You get it done on the defensive end. You convert on your free throws. You take care of the basketball, and you end up winning a basketball game. Who cares if it was pretty? It doesn't have to be. A win is a win. And for Snow Canyon, 18 wins and 19 tries, like you stated, AG. That's big news for them. And with now they have region wins over Cedar, Hurricane, Desert Hills, Dixie, Pineview, Crimson Cliffs, Hurricane being twice, their only loss coming to Cedar. Still looking to close it out strong. They're now 18-1, 7-1 in region. Crimson Cliffs, who did not play tonight, they still hold that second spot. Dixie's now 5-2 in region play, 13-4 after narrowly defeating Desert Hills. Hurricane will fall to 3-5, which will leapfrog Cedar above them after the Reds take care of Pineview. Pineview now 2-6 in region, and Desert Hills 1-7 in region play, 5-12 on the year.
What does the coach always say? You got to peak at the right time. Well, Cedar right now, we know Snow Canyon is good. Dixie is good. Crimson is good. Cedar is starting to become a very dangerous team as we get late in this season, and the playoffs are coming up.
Well, and the Reds they're coming 2 days removed from absolutely smacking this Tiger squad, 79-44. It was a big victory for them, only days after they upset Snow Canyon. You're right, peaking at the right time is exactly what the Reds are doing, and they're hoping to continually climb their way up the region standings. And if not, they're number 8 in RPI right now. Hurricanes in front of them at 6. They can flip-flop that. They can get past Green Canyon, and they can get past Hurricane if they continue at their at this current pace. They can finish as high as number 6 in the RPI. There's no reason they can't.
I think the way it was in football, the top 3 teams got a bye, and then it was 4 through 13.
I think it's still at 2.
And it will play in the first round. So, but Cedar's at least at this point looking at a home first round playoff game. And like I said, don't sleep on the Reds. They're playing some good basketball. Again, one more look at your standings. Snow Canyon 7-1. Crimson and Dixie now at 5-2, although Crimson does have the tiebreak on the Flyers. Cedar at 4-4. Hurricane drops to 3-5 in region. Pineview 2-6, although a heartbreaker tonight as they made a comeback on Cedar, couldn't get it done. And Desert Hills, a heartbreak for them. I wouldn't sleep on the Thunder either, as they're playing some good basketball, getting some upset wins. And tonight just barely lost to Dixie by 1 point, as they are 1-7 now on the season. Final thoughts, Rustin?
I'm just looking ahead to Friday right now. We're at that point of the year where you're playing teams you've already played once. We're not looking back to last year when we clicked previous matchup on Deseret News. These are teams that now have a familiar history with one another. They know what's going to happen. And we get Desert Hills at Snow Canyon on Friday, Dixie at Cedar, and Hurricane at Crimson Cliffs, and what should be another solid slate.
Is that Wednesday or Friday?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, okay.
Yes.
Hey, it's back to celebrate 60 years for every region win. Each school gets $60, and when you call Morgan, your first 4 sprays are just $60. It's Morgan Pest Control, 673-9172. Don't let those critters get in your house. Scorpions, tarantulas, cockroaches, even lizards. And you know what? They'll take care of business in your yard, too, if you have the dreaded prairie dog or the moles in your yard. It's Morgan Pest Control, 673-9172, presenting $60 for every region win this year as Snow Canyon gets a win tonight. I'm looking at the final score, Rustin, and I'm kind of still in disbelief. Warriors only got 47. That's not what I'm in disbelief about. They only allowed 27 points in this game, including 5 in the first quarter and 1 single point in the third quarter. Now that's defense.
Nearly half below what Hurricane averages on the year. The Tigers are an offensive juggernaut. They're certainly no slouch. They're normally good for about 51, and they hold them to 27, and that is going to be a formula for success moving forward down the road. Right now in the rest of region play, and when the playoffs come, I think that's going to show its face in a big, big way. This Warriors defense, currently the best in Utah 4A.
That'll wrap it from here. Again, your winners tonight, Dixie barely over Desert Hills. Cedar got an 8-point win at Pineview, and here it was all Snow Canyon. There's a little slam dunk there for Owen Mackey on your replays. Again, so Snow Canyon, Dixie, and Cedar get the wins tonight. For Russ and I'm Andy. Thanks for joining us here on KDXU and online at WarriorNation.tv. By the way, WarriorNation.tv guys are all going to be there all the way to the end. Girls and boys basketball state tournament action. And we look forward to that. That'll wrap it from here. Again, congratulations, Warriors. They win it by 20. Good night, everybody.